The way megachurches report their missional giving to nonprofits that they support is sus. Let me explain. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So I know this happens in megachurches. I'm not sure if it happens in all churches because I don't know all the details of all churches. Luckily, the church that I currently am associated with doesn't do this, but every other church I've ever been associated with does this. And here's what they do. They do fundraisers. They do fundraisers for mission trips, for, I don't know, giving gifts to needy families in their community, and they ask people to give above and beyond their tithe to come and do that. They ask people to buy supplies, and then they often do versions of toxic charity where they show up at some poor person's house and with wrapped Christmas gifts and hand them to them, and an act that makes them feel really good and makes the person who needs that help feel really shamed most. Or worse, they do a big party and invite all the poor people to the rich church so they can see all the opulence that that church has, and they receive some handful of gifts and maybe a turkey or something, and it's real bad. But the reporting comes. The problem with the reporting comes when they tell you how much your giving in the church has impacted the community. They talk about giving 10% of the church's income or whatever it is. But as it turns out, they calculate in there all of the special stuff that people did out of the goodness of their heart for other people in the community through the church. It's kind of like when a business asks you to give some extra amount of change to round up to give to a good cause, and then later they tell you that they gave $10 million to that cause. They didn't give $10 million. All of the customers rounded up gave $10 million. And now I'm not even touching on how sketchy a lot of the charities are, like how they will support religious-based addiction treatment centers that require people to read the King James Version of the Bible multiple times a day and have absolutely no licensed recovery or counseling people. We don't even count that. So here's the deal. If you go to a church, ask them when they report that number, what is included in that number? Is it just that they take a sacrifice out of their program budget and give 10% of it to these charities? Or is it only or mostly the amount of extra stuff that you give that support these charities? Because it's really important to be transparent, because they can seem a whole lot better than they are. And it turns out it's just you.